Hello, you toxic babies. Jim Sterling here, and this is Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege, or as I like to call it, Wallet Siege, because of microtrans. I didn't think that through. The point was microtrans. I was talking about microtransactions because they're in this game, but we're not going to talk about that. Well, we're not going to look at that because we're going to look at the gameplay, because that's what you're here for. I'm going to do a review of this probably tomorrow, because I think I've seen enough of the game, because every match more or less goes the same way. But I've played quite a bit of it. This footage that I've got here was from my earlier matches, so there's some newbie mistakes here that I have made throughout this footage that I don't make now so much, as much. So here we are in the attack phase of the match, where you use your little robot cameras, your little remote control car cameras, to look for the hostage or the bomb, whatever one it is.
You are clear to engage. Find the hostage and proceed.
This one's a hostage. You just said it was a hostage. I think for this first, I think this is one of my very first matches. One of my very first. At this point, I hadn't accrued enough renown, which is one of the currencies in the game, to unlock an attacker, because I got sick of those fucking tutorials. So I dived into the multiplayer. So at this point, I think I'd only unlocked one defender, which was Smoke, because I saw toxic grenades and got excited, because I like poison Pokemon. So this is just me playing as a recruit, which is a character that has no real special skills or anything. The aim of the game is to unlock operatives, which is a bit like the, a bit like the specialists from Call of Duty Black Ops, or indeed any game that uses characters, not just classes, but actual named characters with their own abilities in a multiplayer scenario, which I like the idea of. And I will say, I mean, we'll talk impressions. That was me not knowing what the fuck's going on with any of my equipment. Anyway, that's that round done. Rounds can be very short. They can also drag out, but they do generally go the same way. It's like you've got these things where you defuse a bomb or rescue a hostage. I've only ever seen a match won once where the hostage was actually picked up and taken away. It's almost always just a team deathmatch elimination scenario, because that's how the games are almost always won, is, who can eliminate the other team first. So yeah, as you can see, this was me right at the beginning, earning my renown there, which I used to unlock specialists. I've unlocked quite a few. I could never choose what one I wanted. This is a new match altogether. Here I've unlocked an attacker. This is Thatcher. Thatcher, who I've learned to use properly. Didn't know to use properly at this time, but Thatcher has EMP grenades. You throw them, and they disable electricity. Disable electronic devices. But at this point, I was never sure of the correct context to use them. The correct context is just throw them in a doorway and see what happens. That's actually earned me quite a few points. You just kind of guess. Not even through a doorway. If you see a barricaded doorway, you never know if there's a trap on the other side. So it's like throw an EMP and it could disable a trap. You never know. So Thatcher right now has become my main attacker. I've tried a few of them. I've tried some of the guys with the shields. I tried Fuse, who has the grenades that go through the wall. It's pretty cool. But Thatcher's my main at the moment, which sickens me, because I hate saying that I enjoy playing as Thatcher, for obvious reasons, as a British person. But anyway, hell, this was even before I knew about holding down the fucking button to identify targets, which is quick and easy points for you. So anyway, here we are attacking. I can't remember exactly what happened in this match. I'm not sure if I captured this for good reasons or not. But anyway, general impressions of the game. Actually, you know what? I'll save that, because I included one match that was really boring, just to give you an idea of how the matches can go sometimes. So I'll save the talky bit for then, so that you've got some entertainment. But anyway, here we see putting on breach charges and stuff. Blowing things up. It's all fun. Just getting into a shootout. unlike a lot of your multiplayer games, and I'm sure if you played Rainbow Six games before, it won't be news to you, but there is a more methodical, even in its most action-packed, there's something more methodical about it. Gives it just a bit of a different flavour. Oh yeah, here we see some skillful deployment of an EMP grenade. There we go. Skillful. But again, as per my theory of just throw it and see what happens, even though I threw that like shite, still got a free 10 points out of it because the camera was nearby. That's why I like Thatcher. Because I can be dumb as shit and still maybe get 3 points. Up to 150 sometimes if I'm really lucky, for doing nothing. How awesome is that? That's pretty awesome. Oh yeah, I know why I included this, because this match is brilliant. You watch this. Right, here I am running for it, going for the... Oh no! Oh no, I got shot. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. But here comes that one. Thank you very much. Up we get. Me, objective-oriented, which shows you how green I was at the game. Never bother with the objectives. The objectives are just a general location idea of where the enemies are going to be. That's what I've worked out. But here I was doing my best, trying. You get 100 points. Not realising that it was a fool's errand. So now we are, 1v1. It's just me versus the other guy. And this is where it gets tense. This is where... that patience wins the day. And I'm not a patient man, but you can hear the person. Sound is a big thing, and boom! It often comes down to who moves first. Who moves first? He did. And failed. Jim Sterling. Winner of the fucking day. So anyway, here's another match. Here's me as Smoke again. I've traded out. I don't think I have. I didn't capture any footage of Mute, but Mute's become my main defender character. Mute disables electronics.
Better grab this armor.
Now, listen to this guy chatting. The boiled piss off him is incredible.
Grab the armor.
There he goes. He's going off, really angry, really mad.
That armor gives you take less damage. No need to ignore it.
Gets progressively more upset as people don't pick up his armor. Again, I was still quite new, so
Sexy armor, there's still 4 left.
I didn't know what the armor was. Sexy armor, as he calls it. I didn't know what he was talking about at the time. But I was amused at how upset he was. So I was working on actually doing my damn job. Barricading, shooting drones. It's because of me they didn't find the bomb. But he's not done yet. Oh, he's mad.
Armor. What the fuck are you guys doing? Like, Jesus Christ.
My beauties are in place.
See this armor? I'm pinging it right now. I'm gonna ping it until everyone grabs it.
At this point,
right here.
I just didn't care.
Someone take it. Really easy. God damn. You guys.
So anyway, the person who got upset got shot and died. And then I decided to pick the armor up. Oh, it's okay. Look, I picked up your armor. I'm alright. I waited till you got shot in the head. But anyway, here we are. This means I like Smoke as a character, but I can't use those remote toxic grenades very well. So I enjoy him because he's funny, because he's all like, oh, my toxic babes are in place. That's why I called you toxic babies at the beginning. And all the operatives get intro movies, and he's got the best one that I've seen so far. Oh, you wanna know what's in my canisters? I could tell ya, but I'd have to kill ya. I'm only mucking about. Oh, Monado boy. Anyway, that was me shooting the... So far, the only damage I've managed to ever do with that toxic grenade is to one of my own team. And I just watched as it went -5 points, -10 points, -15 points. As I just... So anyway, here's me in an intense game of cat and mouse. With... I think it's one person. I think they were behind that breach wall breach. And then they move into the corner of the corridor. But luckily I've got the armour that I very cleverly picked up to protect me. Yeah, there we are. So you see him just poking out, and again, it's all about who moves first. They moved first. That's me trying to get them. They tried to get around the corner. Now, I wasn't having any of that. I was like, no. We're gonna fucking sort this out, so go over. And then have a better idea. Pistol execution. Thank you very much. It's a done deal. I'm quite happy with that. Fucking prick. Fucking think they can crawl away from me. They ain't crawling away from me. And that's a one match right there. That's pretty good. So anyway, that's I don't use smoke anymore just because I don't think that toxic grenade's quite for me. But this is still Mia's smoke. I thought I'd captured some footage of Mia's dog. Because there was a really funny match of Mia's dog. I must have forgot to record it. Oh well. For those interested, this is the PS4 version. That's the review copy I ended up with. And so I should be getting a review up tomorrow/Friday on thegymquisition.com. And I'd say I know most of this stuff's been defense stuff. I've done the defensive side of the match. I think I do a full round here, so you get the attacking side as well on this one. So anyway, this is the example of where matches can get boring, because I believe this is one that runs out the clock, where they just didn't get to the fucking hostage. So I wish I could use smoke better, but mute's just more my speed. Mute. Did I explain mute has jammers? You put them down and it makes the drones go all fucky so they can't find things properly. And I'm pretty good at placing those. So anyway, I'll actually talk about what I think about the game now. So Rainbow Six Siege, I'm having a feeling that it's going to go very much the same way as my views on Star Wars Battlefront, which is solid foundation. I'm having fun playing it. The business model side of it is putting me off. You know, obviously, I've talked at length about how I hate microtransactions in paid games. You know, fee to pay, as I call it. So that's put me off. The rainbow bucks, fucking R6 credits, which is the other currency, which are for weapon skins and booster packs for renown and all that shit. No, thank you. They're doing the Splatoon thing as well, of free content's coming, but at launch there's really not a lot of meat on the bones, you know? Like, every match so far that I've played, almost every match, there's been some exceptions, they're good, they're tense. I like how tense it is. And it could be actually scary, like when you can hear the noises around you and closing in. The sound design is brilliant, the way you can hear things and everything. But it does go the same way a lot of the time. And consequently, I find it difficult to keep going, you know? I play up to a point, and then I'm like, I can't have another match of this. I can't do it again. You know? I do wish with smoke I could throw out multiple toxic grenades and put them in places. The fact you can only have one out at a time and then use the same button to detonate, that's what mucks me up with it. But anyway, that's besides the point. Let's talk about the game. So, like I said, I'm enjoying it. Oh, there someone popped in. That was... Oh, who is that again? I can't remember. I said the name earlier, but that was the person who can put basically, they stick a tube through the wall and it pumps in grenades into the room, and it killed those two folks, leaving just me here, just me to protect the hostage with someone else, as you can see there through the wall, my buddy over there. So it's just us. Things get spooky, and like I say, at these moments, like it's fucking tense, you know? It's very... Now it's just 1v1, and I'm like, the pressure there is... It gets to you, and I like that, I enjoy that. But there's only so much of it you can... There's only so long it can remain exciting. Someone on Twitter said, do you think it's a game best played in short bursts? I don't think that's unfair to suggest that it's just not a game I feel I can I could play all weekend, you know? It's almost like play it for a little bit in short little bursts and then maybe keep checking it when free content comes out. But of course then you've got the season pass, which unlocks free content early for some and not for others, which brings up that haves and have-nots thing,
Down to 15 seconds.
which again makes me uncomfortable, you know? That kind of business model, not
10
fond
seconds
of
to
it.
go.
So yeah, this is me running out the clock. The other person, don't know where the
5 seconds
fuck they
left.
went. They were right here, because it's the guy with the tube. That was me just triumphantly shooting in the air, bracka, bracka, bracka. So like, the person who had the cluster bombs knew where, or at least had an idea of where things were. Well, they must have known, because the drone eventually found the... I don't know what, they were just fucking around. They were just fucking around. Anyway, things switch round. I go with... Who do I use here? I guess we'll find out. Fuse was the cluster bomb person. Anyway, I tried to use Fuse here. I'm not good with Fuse. I'm actually not good with any of the shield ones, even though the shield ones are considered quite overpowered. So I've defaulted to just using Thatcher. But there you go. I think it's the use of the pistol. I'm not a pistol person. I don't like to take the pistol, as it were. That's fine. So this is just... Matchmaking can be slow as well. And there's some laggy stuff. There's a lot of issues of getting, like, caught on the ground and then, like wobbling. Like, you go really kind of blinky, in and out, in and out, in and out, and when you get stuck on the floor. Now, I don't know if that's always lag, because it often happens. Sometimes it can happen when you just stood on the floor. But it also often happens if you shoot a grappling hook up into... up onto a roof and start climbing up. If you get in, you can get caught in the climbing transition animation between being like rappelling up and getting up on the ceiling, and you just get stuck on the corner of the building, unable to move. Again, I thought I had footage of that, but I guess I don't. And then you got to turn around and re-rappel and do it again to get out of it. If you get stuck on the floor, there's no way out. You've just got to wait and hope for the best. So that's annoying. So yeah, here's all the drones and stuff. Again, it's an attacking phase. So you go all droney. Oh yeah, this was the weird match where they just started shooting at each other. That's another issue with the game, is the use of friendly fire means a lot of trolling happens. If they're not shooting each other, one of them might just turn around and shoot the hostage for a giggle.
10 seconds to insertion.
I mean, I've accidentally shot the hostage before, don't get me wrong. But sometimes I get the feeling like they do it on purpose. So already the match is 4 versus 2. Because they shot each other. I don't know if it was deliberate or maybe someone was trying to shoot at the drones, but it seemed like, you know, these two people were taking the fucking piss. I mean, that was an easy kill, that. That's another thing I kind of like about the game, though, is, you know, it's life and death it comes and goes very quickly, which is great for the multiplayer. Horrible for the tutorial missions. The 10 fucking tutorials that you go through. Glorified tutorials. There, the way he fell. I hate the co-op, the weird little co-op thing they do, the terrorist hunt. Hate it. And, oh, there's me playing as Doc a bit. Oh, no, I go back to smoke. I find no use for Doc, because, I mean, at least every time I've played as Doc, I never see anyone in the bleeding out phase. Because going from bleeding out to dead is so quick, and sometimes bleeding out doesn't happen at all. The opportunities for Doc to do his thing, where he shoots someone with a syringe and they can get back up, they're so minimal. And that's one issue with some of these operatives, is some of their skills are so very, very specifically fine-tuned that you may have no use for them whatsoever. And you may never stumble upon the opportunity for their circumstantial ability. Whereas some are a bit more well-rounded. Like I say, Mute. So long as you pop in the jammers in the right place, you're always going to get some points for fucking up with the drones and things. You're always going to get something. Well, I'll say not always. I mean, sometimes the drones just won't go the way you expect them to, but you've got a better chance. But some of them are really good, you know. I've not used Capcan. They booby trap various windows and things. So I might have make them my next unlock. Actually, no, I think I want to unlock Twitch on my next unlock. I've not done Twitch yet. I'm still trying to find an attacker that I'm really happy with.
You need to protect the hostage. Secure the room.
Like I say, I like Thatcher, but I feel like there might be another character that's more in line with who I am as a person. Let's say, pleased with mute now. Why didn't I get footage of it? I don't know. It don't matter. It's all good. So this might be the last match I've got for you. It's me just barricading things. Even if they don't need reinforcing, it's a free 10 points at the end of the day. So fuck it. And you never know where they might come from. You never know. That was my little song. That was my little Rainbow Six song. That's what I like about Doc, is he shouts a lot with his harsh European, I think possibly German accent. I'm not sure. Just barricade deployed! That wasn't an accent at all what I did then. That was just a noise. So this was me using the camera to look for enemies, but again, I hadn't quite worked out, because when you press triangle to mark, you've got to hold it for a bit before it even tells you to hold it. So it took me a few goes to actually work it out. So I think here I see an enemy, and I was just tapping triangle like an idiot when I should have been holding it. So there's two guys that we could have known about that here I'm like, I don't know where they come from. That's my bad. That's my bad. Also, I like the visual design of the game a lot. The characters I find interesting. And I'm someone who normally finds the aesthetic in Tom Clancy games boring as fuck. It's just like, oh, soldiers, SAS men going, blah, blah, blah. That was my description of an artistic style somehow. But here, I mean, obviously, y'all know I've got an obsession with masks and things. I think gas masks are especially cool. And half the characters wear gas masks. And almost every single one has a mask of some kind, even if it's just a ski mask. So I really like that. And they all look kind of cool. That was a fun little shooty bang bang from me. You know, I don't like human faces. And this game has very few of them. Anyways, some human faces are okay. But me, I like characters with mystique. Not Mystique the X-person. I was going to say X-Man, but then that seems weird when you're talking about women who are X-Men. I'm sure I'm not the first person to ever say that. That sounds like such a banal and pointless fucking thing to say that I don't know why I said it as if it was Sage, but it wasn't Sage. It was Blage. It's me picking up my bomb again because I realised it was functionally useless there. I think I get bored and still throw it out somewhere anyway. I don't know. I throw it near this wall. I started suspecting that they might burst through the wall here. At this point. I don't think they ever do. So I'm just waiting. This is a game that's all about camping. At least for the defensive side. It's all about just trying to guess what direction they're coming from and making sure you see them before they see you. Which does give it a nice little tactical edge, you know, a little tactical depth to it. Which is fun.
My toxic babes are in position.
My toxic babes. That's what you said. Fun stuff. Toxic babes. If only we could all be so seductive when talking about poisonous gases. But we can't. Only Smoke can. With his toxic babes. Oh, his toxic babes. Yeah, not a lot actually happened in that match. Except that one kill I got. But you can see what they did there. So that's that. That's Rainbow Six. I'm off now. I'm not watching Game Awards tonight. Fuck that shit. I'm going to go find something else to do. I was going to say I was going to have a wank, but I already had one of them. Actually, shortly before I recorded this. Anyway, I'm going to go. Look for my review on thejimquisition.com if you want, or don't. It's your country, your choice. Bye. Bye.